Everywhere everywhere she's ever gone, it's because a man put her there. Her dad put her here, a boyfriend put her there, another boyfriend put her there, and then now the husband. So she's never really built anything by herself. I mean, fine, be happy who you are, but don't sit here and, pull a snow job on everybody else and act like you built it. That's not being genuine. It's not being truthful to people.
No. You're not high-low. You're just an asshole. This is an asshole comment to make. I
agree.
Just high-low and like laughing it off, and then you're kind of like, well, I don't want to be on the spotlight. I'm just going to show up to Kevin Costner's charity event in Santa Barbara with $300,000 of jewelry. It's like, South Park does an amazing rendition of them. If you don't want to be seen, it's pretty easy not to be seen. It is very easy. Especially in Montecito. Do your thing. It's fine. You don't have to call the paparazzi. If she was just doing charity work and none of that, I really wouldn't have a problem with her.
I'm just like, why do we need to hear from them? Is my thing.
I don't really
why
get
are you
that
the
either.
keynote speaker at all these charity events? You're not your husband's mother.
Which is fine.
You're an actress. You're fifth on the call sheet at Suits. Developing today, growing US backlash over the latest 6 stunts by Meghan Markle from American entertainment legends like Billy Bush and Dana Loesch, as Chrissy Teigen launches the most bizarre defense of her former Deal or No Deal colleague, admitting her friendship with the polarizing Meghan Markle, but then claiming that their children have never met each other and that they have no plans for any play dates in the future. I wonder why. This is from people. The model 39 defended the Duchess of Sussex and said she's undeserving of all the hate she gets. I adore her, Teigen said about Markle. I really adore her. I think she is so incredibly strong. It is insane to me how polarizing she is for so many different people when she really is just a kind, good person that wants the best for all her friends and the best for people around her and the best for her own relationship and for her children. I mean, clearly Chrissy Teigen doesn't know this woman. Chrissy Teigen didn't know this woman at all, did she? I mean, they worked on Deal or No Deal together. There are about 50 models. And I also don't really think we should be treating Chrissy Teigen as a judge of character given her trolling history and her bullying history. They're 2 peas in a pod. But this article went on that the former lip-sync battle host added that Markle doesn't do anything for show and just lives simply. She just wants those things Teigen shared. And people come up with all of these different things that she could be about or what she wants, but it's not that complicated. Despite the pair being close friends, are not. Teigen, who shares 4 children with husband John Legend, says she doesn't organise playdates with Markle and Prince Harry because she doesn't leave her house. I'm not joking, Teigen said with a laugh. I don't go anywhere. I try to do every photo shoot, everything at our house. So no. But if the time came up, absolutely. I mean, Tash, this I think is the lamest defense of Meghan Markle yet. And when it's Chrissy Teigen, Hollywood's most famous bully and troll, being the one to say you're a nice person, it's probably actually a sort of almost negative character witness, right?
Yeah, she's not the best person to talk about how lovely and wonderful someone is. And as for them talking about, well, obviously she's saying that she was close with Meghan. It was only, I think, last year that she and her husband, John Legend, they were being interviewed on a carpet somewhere. And she forgot that Meghan had sent her some of her American Riviera orchard jam. You remember the business before as ever that she couldn't trademark. And Chrissy was like, jam? What jam? And then it was John Legend was like, the jam that we had to promote. So, yeah, it's obvious that this relationship is more transactional. It's obvious that they have probably got the same sort of management, that they boost each other up here and there. Having Meghan had Chrissy obviously on the show. And the fact that what she said was weird about the children, because obviously anyone that's a good friend of someone, your children, if you've got children similar ages, it's quite normal to have play dates. But she doesn't. Meghan doesn't have play dates. Their children don't seem to have play dates with any of these celebrities that she says, oh, we're such good friends. We're such good friends. But nobody ever actually says, oh, yes, our children, they all hang out together. It's becoming more and more bizarre where people are mentioning the children in such a way, because surely if you're such a great friend with someone, you would have, seen them at some point. Meghan's quite happily calling Marcus Anderson and the crying makeup artist their uncles. But yeah, you don't really see anyone else that comes out with these gushing speeches about her saying, oh, yes, she's such a wonderful, wonderful mom. Our kids play together. She's amazing.
The thing about Meghan Markle is that every time she steps into the spotlight, it's like déjà vu. Another event, another keynote speech, another moment where she's framed as the voice of empowerment, but the substance, always paper thin. We've reached a point where even Hollywood, yes, Hollywood, the kingdom of make-believe, has started rolling its eyes. Because here's the uncomfortable truth: you can only play the self-made woman card for so long before people start comparing your story with your resume. And let's be real, Suits wasn't The Crown. It wasn't Breaking Bad. It was the background noise of weekday cable TV. No shame in that, but building an entire empire on the myth of, I did it on my own while being married into literal royalty, that's where people start calling the bluff. Now what's interesting is the way her defenders spin it. She's misunderstood. She's just ambitious. Ambition is great until it turns into a brand strategy, until every friendship looks like a PR opportunity, until every headline sounds like a self-promo pitch. Even her so-called entrepreneurial ventures, the jam brand, the rosé, the lifestyle project, they're all white-labeled ideas dressed up as vision. You can slap your name on a jar, but that doesn't make you a founder. That makes you a marketer. And not even a good one. See, real founders risk something: money, reputation, sweat. Meghan risks nothing but her approval rating. And when that dips, she just rebrands. The archetype: American Riviera Orchard, confessions of a female founder, all buzzwords, no backbone. And you know who's starting to notice? The same crowd that used to cheer her on. The same late-night hosts, bloggers, and influencers who once treated her like a pop culture saint are now quietly backing away, because nothing tanks faster than a brand built on borrowed authenticity. Now let's talk about these awards. Oh yes, the endless awards. Every few months, there's a new honor: Most Influential Woman of the Year, Icon of Empowerment, Voice of the Future. But here's the kicker: half of them are entry fee awards. You literally pay to be considered. You or your team submit your name, pay a processing fee, and boom, winner. It's the Hollywood equivalent of giving yourself a gold star in your own diary. Meanwhile, her actual creative projects, the podcasts, the production deals, quietly vanish. Netflix hasn't greenlit anything new. Spotify cut ties. Even the documentaries that did air were more self-therapy than storytelling. It's the performance of vulnerability, not the reality of it. And that's what people are reacting to now. Not her personality, but the pattern. The constant need to be seen as something rather than being something. Let's not forget, she says she hates the media, hates the attention, wants privacy, and then appears on every camera-ready stage that'll take her. It's such like someone screaming, "Donset, look at me," while waving a neon sign that says, "I stem over here." And here's the irony. She could have had it all: the respect, the mystery, the quiet grace of someone who genuinely builds. But instead, she chose the influencer route. All filters, no foundation. Even people in her inner circle are stepping back. Remember that Chrissy Teigen quote, "Our kids have never met, but I adore her." Translation: we're not actually friends, but I'll say something nice so Twitter doesn't cancel me. It's the politest kind of distance. Hollywood can smell when someone's brand starts rotting, and right now Meghan's PR team is spraying perfume on a dumpster fire. You can tell by the coverage. One month, it's the Duchess reclaims her power. The next, it's inside Meghan's new reinvention. It's like watching a Netflix show that keeps rebooting itself every season. Same plot, new wardrobe. And the sad part, there was potential there. She had a platform, she had empathy from millions, people wanted her to succeed, to rise above the noise, but she never let the work speak, only the headlines. You can't be the voice of empowerment when every move looks like a photo shoot. You can't preach authenticity while curating your life like an Instagram catalog. So when the backlash comes, it's not cruelty, it's fatigue. Audiences are tired of being told what to feel. They're tired of the endless victim narrative dressed up as inspiration. And that's why this Hollywood backlash matters. It's not just gossip, it's a cultural shift. For the first time, the same system that built her up is holding her accountable for the illusion it helped create. Now, let me be clear. Criticism doesn't mean hate. It means people expect better. They expect real work, not PR packaging. If Meghan ever drops the act, focuses on something real, maybe then people will listen again. But until that happens, the Meghan Markle show will keep running the same episode on repeat. A glamorous rebrand, a sympathy interview, a new project nobody asked for, and an audience that's already changing the channel. Because in the end, fame isn't about how loud you shout. It's about how much truth your voice can carry. And that's one thing money, titles, and curated perfection can never buy. This isn't a witch hunt. It's the end of the fairy tale, the moment the spotlight turns off and the filters fade. The story of Meghan Markle isn't about a princess who was wronged. It's about a brand that confused attention for respect and lost both.